better future. It's what every parent wants for their children. As a country, we're making great progress. Zambia is now one of the fastest growing economies in Africa. But to continue building for the future, we must address a challenge that is holding us back: childhood malnutrition and stunted growth. When children are chronically malnourished, they cannot grow to their full potential. This stunted growth is difficult to recognize because many children appear to be of average size, but they are actually smaller than their well-nourished age mates. But size is only part of the problem with stunting.
Stunting is not just stunting of the height of a child, but the brain also stunts. There will be slow learners in class. They would have reduced potentials, reduced IQs. Eventually, they will get less paying jobs.
Childhood malnutrition also directly affects lifelong health.
The issues of pneumonia, they are also linked to malnutrition. The diarrheal diseases we are seeing, the high causes of death as a result of severe malnutrition.
This starts with small children. But this is not a small problem. 40% of Zambian children under the age of 5 are stunted by malnutrition. That's 1 million Zambian children. This national crisis is an incredible loss in human and economic terms. The World Bank estimates Zambia loses $186 million in GDP annually due to malnutrition. But it doesn't have to be this way. We know how to address malnutrition, and Zambia has a plan in place to change it.
The first 1,000 Most Critical Days program is a national program for reducing stunting. It's called 1,000 Most Critical Days because it's targeting children from conception to the time that they are 24 months old.
In addition to growing and eating more nutrient-rich foods, the program helps reduce malnutrition by encouraging breastfeeding, vitamin and mineral supplements, monitoring of children's growth, improved water and sanitation, and nutrition education. The program brings together 5 key ministries: health, local government and housing, education, agriculture and livestock, community development, mother and child health. These ministries, working together with national and global partners, must act to make the first 1,000 Most Critical Days program a reality.
We do not have to live with malnutrition as a country. We have plans in place, we know what to do, and we have the means.
In parts of our country, the program is already working.
People eat food made from maize with little else. A diet of maize is not enough because it doesn't provide all the required nutrients.
In Mumbwa, these women are growing a lot more than just maize, diversifying their crops in favor of higher protein and nutrient-rich foods.
Vipushi, ponda, kuri makao pia mene, kuri soya beans, kandoro kapena mapotato.
Encouraging mothers to add these nutrient-rich foods to meals for young children is another part of the first 1,000 Most Critical Days program.
Ndakomana ni himbwe jita abalo bachirire kujiga mbuli mbwe jita nani mbwe jiga mwana ule hibumujigira Jonse indigadi ya gabotu notigadi ya guwa ya waya.
Making these types of changes requires leadership, and all of us working together across sectors. As the program grows, more traditional leaders are joining the nutrition movement.
So we make sure that these villages are visited. And one of our messages is to educate people how they should be taking care of pregnant women, their own children, and themselves.
Support for the first 1,000 Most Critical Days program is growing in communities across the country and in the highest levels of government.
The 1,000 Most Critical Days is something that must be done, that must be implemented. We must find the resources, we must put the institutional setup, we must put the legal framework to ensure that it's implemented and it comes to fruition.
We need continued political commitment that includes increased funding to nutrition.
For the members of parliament and other leaders are not yet on board, they risk being irrelevant in meeting the aspirations of the people.
Investments in nutrition work because children who are well nourished early in life go on to achieve more in school. Learning more in school leads to earning more as adults, empowering people to make productive contributions to their families, strengthening our communities and nation.
If we're to fully implement 1,000 Days program, it means it will be a turning point for Zambia's development.
The momentum is there. This is a great opportunity.
If we did this just one thing, we'll have addressed many things.
We're talking of improving the potential of the nation to achieve higher than it has achieved.
We need everyone to join. Everyone has a part.